Hello and welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local time from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief. I'm Zahra Badouri, but first we'll begin with your major headlines for this broadcast. An announcement from the Ministry of Health. Workshop on prompting sport for people with disabilities and two more. On your international, China bans construction of tallest skyscraper following concerns about safety. Haiti President Jovenel Moïse assassinated. Welcome to your domestic in brief. 36 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in central Gashbarka, Ansaba, and the southern regions. Out of these, 13 patients are from quarantine centers in Asmara, Central Region. 11 patients are from quarantine center in Ali Gidr, 8, and Adibara, 3, Gashbarka Region. 9 patients are from quarantine centers in Karan, Ansaba Region. 3 patients are from quarantine centers in Adqayh 1, Dakamhara 1, and Haiti 1 southern region. Sadly, 84-year-old and a 64-year-old patient in the central region have passed away due to the pandemic. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has accordingly risen to 6,224. The number of recovered patients stands at 5,808, while the number of deaths still stands and has increased to 27. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 7 July 2021. The Department of Culture and Sport in the Central Region, in cooperation with Tesfa Sports Club, organized a workshop on 6 July focusing on prompting sport for people with disabilities. At the one-day workshop, research papers on various issues, including sport administration and organizational capacity, benefits of sports for disabled persons, and due attention that should be bestowed, a sports program for the deaf and blind, sports for persons with intellectuals and development disabilities, as well as on traditional sports for disabled people, among others. Speaking at the event, Mrs. Tiblet Tolde, chairwoman of the Tesfa Sports Club, sharing the club's experience on sports for the disabled, said that the club, along with its partners, is engaged in promotion of sports for the disabled and in collaboration with the Department of Culture and Sports branch in the Central Region, and have initiated a program or project towards that end. Mr. Andreas Asmorom, head of the regional department, on his part, indicating that sports for disabled persons have been given due attention, said that the research being conducted on the subject should be given special attention in the promotion of sport program for people with disabilities. In a bid to ensure animal health, an extensive vaccination campaign against various livestock diseases and rabies is underway in Haggaz subzone. Speaking to Arena, the head of the animal resources in Haggaz subzone, Assistant Nurse Muhammad Abdullah Muhammad, said that a commendable outcome is being registered from the vaccination campaign thanks to the strong public support. Mr. Muhammad further called on farmers to refrain from using drugs for their livestock without a professional consistent. Documents of the Ministry of Agricultural branch in Haggaz subzone indicates that over 1,400 dairy cows and 1,200 sheep and goats were vaccinated by last May. On your final domestic, the community-based environmental sanitation program introduced in Hawashait and Jamil administrative areas, Digge subzone, has registered commendable outcome, reports indicate, stating that an effective community-based sanitation program, as well as construction of residential houses, religious places, schools, and latrines, was conducted in Adi Sheikh Al-Amin, Lokoch and Gerjanai administrative areas. Mr. Solomon Yamana, representative of the Social Services branch in Digge subzone, said that it's significantly contributing in ensuring the public health. Mr. Abdu Yaqub, head of the environmental sanitation in the Gashbarka region, on his part, said the public health that is being registered in all administrative areas through the community-led environmental sanitation campaign attests to the enhanced public awareness and called for its sustainability. About 35,000 nationals reside in 10 administrative areas of the Gay subzone. Up next with your international report, do stay with us for more. And on your global report, China is prohibiting construction of the tallest skyscrapers to ensure safety following mounting concerns over the quality of some projects. The outright ban covers buildings that are taller than 500 meters, the National Development and Reform Commission said in a notice on Tuesday, July the 6th. The local authorities will also need to strictly limit the building of towers that are more than 250 meters tall. The top economic planner cities cited a quality problem and safety hazards in some developments stemming from losing oversight. The 72-story CEG Plaza in Shenzhen was closed in May for checks following reports of unexplained wobbling, feeding concerns about the stability of one of the technology hub's tallest building. Construction of buildings exceeded 100 meters should strictly match the scale of the city, where they will be located along with its fire rescue capability, the Commission said. The authorities imposed an in-principle ban on new buildings taller than 500 meters last year. There are only 10 towers in the world exceeding that height, and 5 of them are in mainland China, according to the Council of Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat. The 5 buildings are in Shanghai Tower, 632 meters, Ping'an International Finance Center in Shenzhen, 599 meters, CTF Finance Center in Guangzhou, 530 meters, Taijin CTF Finance Center, 530 meters, and the CITIC Tower in Beijing, 528 meters. The world's tallest building is Burj Khalifa in Dubai, standing at 828 meters. Unidentified gunmen attacked the private residence of President Morsi overnight and shot him dead, the interim prime minister says, as your final report. Haitian President Jovenel Moïse has been assassinated in an attack on his home, according to a statement from the country's interim prime minister, who called the killing a hateful, inhumanitarian, inhumane, and barbaric act. A group of unidentified individuals attacked Moïse's private residence overnight on Wednesday and shot him dead, in terms Premier Claudia Joseph reported. First Lady Martine Moïse was shot in the attack and was hospitalized, Joseph reported. Her condition was not immediately clear. In quotation, the country's security situation is under the control of the National Police of Haiti and the Armed Forces of Haiti, unquote, Joseph said in a statement from his office. And again, quote, democracy and the Republic will win, unquote. Haiti, the poorest country in the Americas, was already in a precarious political situation before the assassination, having grown increasingly unstable and disgruntled under Moïse. Moïse, who was 53, ruled by decree for more than 2 years after the country failed to hold elections, and the opposition demanded his registration in recent months. In the early hours of Wednesday, the streets were largely empty in the Caribbean nation's capital of Port-au-Prince, but some people ransacked businesses in one area. After the attack, gunshots could be heard throughout the capital. Joseph said police have been deployed to the National Plaza and the upscale community of Porterville and will be sent to other areas. He said some of the attackers spoke in Spanish but offered no further explanations. The Dominican Republic said it was closing the border shared with Haiti on the island of Hispaniola. Dear viewers, that is all for now with your domestic and international news in brief. But before we proceed with our program, these were your major headlines for this broadcast. An announcement from the Ministry of Health. Workshop on prompting sport for people with disabilities, animal vaccination campaign underway in Hagaz, and commendable community-based environmental sanitation program. On your international, China bans construction of tall skyscrapers. And finally, Haiti President Jovenel Moïse assassinated in his home. That is all for now. Have a good one.